Hey, it's Ryan Freeberg with futureproofbusiness.com. And if you're a CEO or an entrepreneur, what does spirituality have to do with your business? At first, you might be thinking, yeah, that would really only be relevant if I'm in a niche demographic that would be quote unquote spiritual. Or a part-time yoga instructor, or a full-time yoga instructor, or someone who teaches Qigong or Zen meditation. How is spirituality relevant to you being an entrepreneur CEO if you're not in one of those niches? Well, when we look at the global awakening that is going on, which is really humanity becoming more conscious, more aware of who we really are, you can look across the business landscape and you can see that companies that are out of alignment with more life are starting to falter. Corruption and governments and companies that are just taking away from life or that are out of spiritual alignment are actually, there's people marching on Monsanto, for goodness sakes. Be aware of the business landscape as it is relevant to you and see that spirituality is not just something for these different demographics. Zen meditation, it's growing in the West, and yoga is massively popular. But spirituality has everything to do with business. It's really about the spiritual fusion. So when we look at, camera shops from Brooklyn a decade ago or 15 years ago, you may have had a bad experience. They could get away with not the best kind of service. But what eBay did was it raised the consciousness because it gave the customers a voice and said to the sellers, there's a dynamic there that was in place that if you don't actually perform with integrity, you're going to pay the price. So what eBay did was it raised the consciousness into a higher experience of exchange of value and life for everyone involved. Now, there's businesses that had to actually raise their standard. So if you're in an industry that is behind the times, and one of those is advertising and marketing, mainstream advertising and marketing, everything related with television is behind the times because it's not actually bringing people more life. It's diverting them instead of raising their experience. It's actually keeping them stuck in cyclical patterns where their own emotion and sexual self is in the closet and they're not expressing their greater beauty. So as a business owner yourself, you want to be in alignment spiritually. So that means you're giving more value, not just because people are raising their standards in all of these different markets around the world, and some industries are more advanced than others. The food industry, and how there's alternative foods, raw foods, and nutrition. And we can look at the pharmaceutical industry and now alternative health. It's because there's so much oppression from companies that have been out of alignment, that are manipulating people, oppressing them, and consumers are rising in their value, what they demand, what they expect to experience. So are you serving in greater alignment? Are you in greater service like that? So raw foods, alternative health, that stuff is future-proof because it is more in alignment with life. And it rose up because there was so much oppression from what was going on that was keeping the customers out of that experience of abundance and greater awakening in their consciousness, of greater health and natural vitality. So you want to see where you are as far as a CEO or entrepreneur in your market, in your business, to make sure that you're really bringing aligned value in everything you do. That it's not just some catchy marketing slogan, that you're really in alignment with your mission, your values, your positioning, everything about your business. your content, your communication, your presence, that is about giving your people a greater experience, that's truly evolving them. That is the future. That's the future of business. So you see, we're only becoming more conscious in all these different markets around the world. You don't want your company where there's people marching against you. So you want to make sure you're in alignment, giving people more value, and that's really a very spiritual thing. Spirituality is really, it's simply higher consciousness. It's a higher experience of your market, of your buyers. So you want to really get into the higher experience of your customer. Where can you take them to the next level? Where can you extend the lifetime value of your customer? When you get into spiritual alignment and see the bigger picture, and then see how you can evolve your people to higher levels, everything opens up for you. Transformational value starts to open up when you break the old ways of thinking about business. Get yourself in spiritual alignment, and that doesn't necessarily mean, qigong and meditation, but really spiritual value of more life, the expansion of life through you, through your business, to serve more on a greater level. Business at its best really is spiritual. We just didn't call it that. It's a vehicle for you to bring a greater, more conscious experience to your buyers, to your customers. When you can do that, they're going to love you and keep buying more, and you're going to discover new ways to take them to higher levels of their experience. And then compare it with the rest of your industry. Are your competitors, are they stuck in the old ways of manipulating people, manipulating their emotions and sexual energy to get them to buy, but then not really to serve? When you can sell, which is very important, when you can sell and serve for their betterment, to take them to a higher experience instead of following the old patterns, everything's going to open up with you. This is where business is headed in the future, and it's here now. You can bring it right now. You can be the market leader of your industry by getting in spiritual, more life alignment, seeing how you can bring greater transformational value and experience to your people. And I encourage you just to check out my other videos and look more into futureproofbusiness.com and take that 5-part assessment to see if your business is really future-proof. So you can serve more and make more money doing what you're really meant to do in the world.